good, let me know. Appreciate you hitting the like on the way in. Thanks to any new subscribers to the channel. Always grateful. Appreciate y'all. Thanks to any new members. We're trying to get to 6K subscribers as soon as possible. How we doing out there? How we doing out there, Blue Foundation? Let me get the Blue Castle on up. Definitely got to get the Blue Castle up. Always. Always got to get the Blue Castle going. Right? This is our destiny right here. This is our home. Let's freaking go. Blue bricks, SHX, blue roses, rose. Not a bad 2x for rose, going from a penny, low-end penny, up to 2 pennies now. We'll see if it keeps going. We'll see if that keeps going. The party keeps going. They were idiots yesterday, and they took freaking Dragon Chain down to 008. That was stupid of them. That was stupid of them. Dragon Chain had a nice little run-up, a nice little overnight 2x afterwards. I freaking put up a post. I was like, Elite, you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? You want to take it down to 008. I dare you to take it down to 005, because if you do, the Blue Foundation's going to own a majority of the Dragon Chain, and we'll flip our own damn switch like we did with SHX, right? Like we're about to do with XPX if they freaking take XPX down to 0004, right? If they take XPX down to 0004, we'll flip our own damn switch as well. It is what it is. It is what it is. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're freaking doing. Silver Days in the house. Appreciate you jumping on in. L Prey in the house, loaded up on some XP Net. What's up, Blue Foundation? Nice. XP Net's still a really good deep red right now at 0004. They don't know what they're doing. Dude, 0004. They're trying to keep this one on the hush, man. Because now I'm starting to think about the potential of XP Net across NFT marketplace. I mean, dude, you know, this is like interoperability of NFTs, interoperability of block, you know, tokens in a way, right? So XPNet, major sleeper right here. And what are they doing? Keeping it at 000. Don't they know we're like the 000 hunter over here? Don't they know we're looking for zeros? 0004, 1 billion supply. El Prey, good on you, man. That's why you got a wrench, dude. That's why you're a freaking Blue Foundation guy here. That's for sure. Freaking Harry Seldon would be proud, man. I know, guys, I love the Blue Crew jumping on in, already shouting out deep wrenches. We got a bunch of tigers on this channel, man. Gotta love all the tigers showing some love and shouting out their cryptos. I got AKT on the list today. Got AKT at 56 on the list today. Where's AKT at? Right here. There's AKT. I don't know if you can see it too well, but there's AKT. There's the whole list if you guys just want to screenshot that, but there we go. All right. Ski Mask in the house. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and we definitely got the best community jumping on in today, but it's the worst show today. We got to keep it short today, guys. Max I can do is about 30 to 35 minutes for y'all today on the stream. We're about to go into work. A lot of moving parts were happening today. A lot of things were going on my side of the fence. So I appreciate the understanding. But hey, a nice shorter video where we just stick to the deep reds, that's never too bad. That's never too bad, right? Enough of our little tangents that we have, you know, enough of our complaining about things in the outside world. Let's just freaking get to the deep reds. Yeah, speed round today, Ski Mask Citizen. Dude, next stream, man, Ski Mask, you show up, man. Just remind me to give you a wrench, dude. Remind me to give you a wrench, brother. You've been showing up consistently. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody here. First channel to be doing that, by the way, to be given. We would give, in the first days, anybody who showed up, we just gave a blue wrench, right? We would just give a blue wrench to everybody in the early days. Now you got to kind of earn it a little bit. But, you know, that's how the Blue Crew got established. And now we're the Blue Foundation, man. We've evolved to another level because now we're owning some of these blockchains. We decide the future of some of these blockchains. These blockchains have to prove something to us. These projects got to prove something to us. We don't have anything to prove to these projects, right? We don't FOMO. We don't throw more than we can afford to lose ever. We just chip away little by little, right? Taking little shots at a time like a freaking ninja. Even keel. Don't matter what direction you want to freaking take this. We win and we have ammunition. We got a freaking long-lasting, reliable blade here. Blade of focus. Brendan in the house. What's good, man? How you doing? Blue Foundation. Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah, right. What's up, Ski Mask? Appreciate you jumping in, man. So great everybody here. Once again, hitting the like changes my life. Being a subscriber changes my life. Being a member changes my life. Helping us out in the description below helps us out on our lives. Using the referral codes for those things in our description. You know, we're freaking right now as we're streaming, we're making passive Satoshis. And I'm sure some of y'all are making passive Satoshis along with me, right? Some of my predictions didn't work out recently, but hey, some of them won, and you know, we got some Satoshis to burn. I'm just going to keep, you know, playing that game with the predictions, choosing 8 teams or so to win, you know, going with the least, you know, going with the highest odds differential, right? And then just, that's how we can add and boost our Satoshis, right? Just more and more, right? Sometimes one team F's up the whole party for you, but when you get those 8 all like, you know, in green, it's perfect, dude. Then you get those Satoshis, then you got more playable Satoshis you can have fun with, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, dude. All right. So anyways, let's start jumping into the deep reds. It's a short video today, and I'm so grateful for everybody. Yes, it's wonderful to have everybody here. I appreciate it. G, thank you for having me back onto the show. You know, it's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to make crypto do tremendous things. We're going to pay off the $35 trillion debt. We're not going to pick one crypto to put $35 trillion into. Hell, we're going to just probably just sell all of the Bitcoin to pay off the $35 trillion debt. Nobody likes really Bitcoin anyway. I don't like Bitcoin because it was made in China, right? So why not we just sell off all of our Bitcoin, pay off that $35 trillion debt, ask Michael Saylor to just do us a solid, sell off his Bitcoin, pay off that $35 trillion debt, and then we just start going with XRP from there on out. We just start going with XRP, XLM, SHX. We have wonderful projects homegrown here in the USA that they're doing tremendous things. They're doing the best things ever. No one has ever done what these projects have done. Very forward-looking, very innovative, and I'm happy that they're built here on home soil because, you know, if they weren't, they're not going to get over our wall, right? Metaphorically, our metaphorical wall. We're going to make a wall for all these other foreign digital assets. You're going to get taxed. You're going to get taxed on them heavy if you make gains on these foreign assets that are on USA. I'm sorry to say it, but we're just going to do it. We're going to do that, right? So you want to own cryptos that are, you know, have business or offices here in the USA that want to work with us here. We don't want cryptos from overseas on our soil here, guys. We're going to make a blue wall. Yes, Animal. It's going to be a big blue wall. It's going to be a big blue wall just for the Blue Foundation, right? Because we understand, you know, us elite and you Blue Foundation, we're going to be coexisting at this point, right? You already own a majority of the SHX. You own a majority of the Blue Roses. You own a majority of the Dragon Chain. You're going to own a majority of XPX. What a wonderful project that is. Very, very much high respect for you for finding that one, right? And then XPNet, what you're talking about with cross NFT interoperability. Man, people are sleeping on this one big time, right? Big time. What a forward-looking project. Forward, big-time project, right? But have a good show, G. Maybe I come around near the end or in between and give a little public service announcement here and there. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, DJT. Appreciate you. You know, I don't know how I feel about you at the end of the day, but you seem like you bring good vibes and good times at least into this chat, and we'll have fun, you know, kind of laughing at your expense a little bit here, but you know, appreciate you nonetheless. Silver Days, what's up? Brandon in the house. Bro, if Zcash can do from 20 to 50s to 500 this year, we know what XRP can do. Exactly, Brandon. I mean, people forget what bull cycles feel like, man. Dragon Coin Pump 2, dude. I was just talking about it earlier, Topsy. I literally said it in the beginning of the stream. They have no clue what they're doing, right? I put it up on X. I was like, I dare you, Elite. I dare you to take it down to 0005. Dude, it dropped in like the span of an hour, like 10%, and then in the 24-hour, it was like showing 40%. I was like, they don't know what they're doing. I'm scooping up 000. I'm scooping. I wish 000. I'm scooping up 008 DRGN. They don't know what they're freaking doing, right? They don't know. They don't know how to compete with the Blue Crew, the Blue Foundation, man. They're playing chess, and we know how to play chess back. We have literally now put them into check, right? They better their next move better be a smart one, man. They better start defending that king because we're gonna get checkmate very soon if they keep making stupid moves and keep dumping it. Because they don't understand. They think if they keep dumping it, we're gonna panic sell. They think if they keep dumping it, we have no extra ammunition. Well, that's why we like to chip away a little bit at a time. That's why we never put in what we can afford to lose. That's why we never freaking just go all in. You know, I'm all in life and like, you know, in free energy, But dude, when it comes to these digital assets, they have to prove themselves to me, man. They have to earn my dollars. They have to earn my $5, my $10, my freaking coffee money at a time, right? And if they're in the deep reds, I'm getting exposure to those. Last night was a perfect example of why we love deep reds. DRGN went to 008. We scooped some up because I was like, oh man, nothing is happening. It's just volatility right here. 20% down, right? Bam. 2x next day. Within like 12 hours, you got high volatility towards the downside, touching 008, and then coming back up close to 2 cents in a single span of a day, right? The elite saw that post and like, okay, we can't take it down to 005. Let's just freaking let the blue dragon fly. Let's start leaving the world behind. I think that's the only thing we can do is just, let's not get too greedy. Our greed is our downfall, and it is. It certainly is their downfall. Zeus Network. Awesome, man. Got to check that one out. I think we have Zeus on the list, but I got to do a little bit more research on there since a Blue Foundation person or a gray shouted it out. Okay, got it. All right, guys, I got to get into the deep reds, though. I keep treating this like it's a normal upto. We're doing 30 minutes max today, so let me start jumping into the deep reds, and then we can talk more afterwards. All right, we got Mana. We're jumping into the Decentraland metaverse, leader of the metaverse right here. Mana at 21 cents, negative 30% down, 2.8 billion supply. Metaverse is going to be a hype cycle yet again. It will happen. All these cycles go in flows, right? People are going to chase, chase pumps. That's fine. We'll buy the deep reds and wait for those narratives to come to us, right? Once again, we'll wait for those narratives to come to us. So at 21 cents, negative 30% down, 2.8 billion supply. Mana looking awesome right here at around these price ranges. Then we got Cody, COTI, went down into the 2 cent range, tested historical lows. I mean, technically 1 penny is the historical low, but dude, this thing is 90+% down from its all-time high, right? They are really trying to keep Cody on the MetaMask. People have forgotten about that MetaMask announcement like already, just because Cody hasn't really been doing things, and then the market's been dumping and a lot of distractions, right? So Cody at 3 cents, negative 69% down, 2 billion supply, looking like a fierce deep red right here, right? Greg Kidd has got his hands in this one, right? Early days board advisor, right? And I understand being an advisor for a project doesn't mean everything, right? But when you got a former member of BlackRock, you got a former member of like a bank, and then you got a freaking Greg Kidd who used to be the chief risk officer. Come on, man. We got Greg Kidd who used to be the chief risk officer for Ripple. I mean, dude, this guy rarely misses on when he starts looking into a project. He looked into Solana early days. Thank God for him doing that, because it helped us discover Solana at around $1.25. And then we did a deep dive video on it, talking about Greg Kidd, talking about the benefits of the Hard Yaka portfolio and the top tier, cryptos that he has on there. Track is definitely one to keep an eye out for. It's the only project he's following right now is Track. Origin Trail Track. They have major IOTA connections as well, and that gets me bullish on IOTA, because IOTA is for sure looking like a powerhouse, man. IOTA is so damn quiet. I love the quiet cryptos. I love the cryptos that are in the deep reds. I love we see what their game is right now. They're trying to hide the quality cryptos in the deep reds, make the sentiment as low as freaking possible, get you chasing cartoon coins, right? Getting you chasing cartoon coins and chasing pumps, right? While the quality is in the freaking deep reds, right? ICP was in the deep reds and sideways and flatlined and quiet as hell until all of a sudden they released caffeine.ai. Now all of a sudden the speculation's coming into ICP. Now all of a sudden you got posts from people going, it still has so much more juice to go. Oh my God, look at ICP. Like, it's so great. Blah, blah, blah. We've known this one's been great for so long. I've known it's been so great for so long, right? Like all these people that just start coming at. We show the faith to these projects in the deep reds when everybody else is afraid, man. That's where we make the most gains. Because you know what? When you go into the deep reds, you don't have to go back to the all-time high. You don't have to go back to the all-time high at all. Dragon Chain's a great example. 2x overnight. Rose is a great example. Went from a low-end penny to 2 pennies, 2x overnight. Dragon Chain, 008 to a freaking penny, a penny 7, right? This is why we love the deep reds, man. You can make short-term gains as well as some really freaking big gains if you hodl long enough, right? You hodl through the journey, right? But you know, everybody's got their own trading strategies, and I totally get that. And everybody's got their own way of going about things. But the way I go about things, I don't chase pumps ever. I never say there's more juice to go. There's more to the... Hey, maybe XPX has got more juice to go. But you know what? I've been saying I'm waiting for it to go to 0004, right? I'm waiting for it to get red on the 30-day or on the 7-day, right? It's still somewhat down on the year, but I'm not talking about it as much anymore, right? I'm not talking about it as much. I'm talking about other freaking cryptos here that are in the deep reds. We're looking for the next plays, right? We're looking for the next ones, right? This is why I love being freaking diversified, right? Because you get a little instant 2x overnight. Oh, nice. Let me take a little bit off that top there. Let me throw it into some of these deep reds, right? Let me throw some of it into a deep red and add a little bit more to a position and wait for that one to turn green. And then just hopping around like a freaking TIBBIR, like a TIBBIR frog, right? Shout out to TIBBIR Patsy out there, wherever he is. Shout out to the frog Patsy. Double tapping the screen hits the like. I appreciate you guys. ICP better not go on a Zcash run. Dude, it doesn't matter if it does. We're not chasing the pump, right? If you weren't in the deep reds with us on ICP, right? I got the freaking receipts on ICP, man. I got the receipts. I showed them the other day, right? I don't want to take time to freaking look for it, but it was like literally 2 streams ago. I showed the receipts on ICP, right? Like, we live this life, bro. We live this life. We live the deep reds life, right? We live the deep reds. Here, let me just find it. Now that I got my mind on it, I got to show you guys it so you guys know that this is freaking legit. This is how we do it, right? This is how we play the freaking game, right? Where are you at, ICP? Where are you at? There you are. You beautiful thing. Look at that. ICP, right? Okay, wait. Dang it. Background. ICP right here. Look at this. ICP at $3.02. 517 million supply, right? ICP. $3.02, 517 million supply. Right there. Deep red. Right? We were talking about. Could have been with us at $3. Right? Could have been with the Blue Foundation at $3. Right? This is why we play this freaking game, man. This is how we play it. This is how we freaking play it. Now where did I go with all my other deep reds? Oh, Jesus. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay. Now I've lost the real deep reds list. Now we need those deep reds, don't we? Okay, there it is. I found it, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. I found today's deep reds. Okay, here we go. All right. So continuing on, we talked Mana at 21 cents, negative 30% down. We're going to wait for the freaking metaverse narrative to come to us. And Mana is an OG first mover in that direction for the metaverse cryptos. Not sleeping on Mana. A lot of people in the public eye know about Decentraland, especially celebrities and, you know, big money. Mana at 21 cents, negative 30% down, 2.8 billion supply. Events are held in the metaverse on Mana, right? Concerts, like crazy stuff goes on in the Manaverse right there, without a doubt. So Mana at 21 cents, negative 30% down, 2.8 billion supply. We got Cody privacy crypto, DAG based crypto at 3 cents, negative 69% down, 2 billion supply. We got XYM Symbol. Symbol has been absolutely freaking quiet. Symbol connections with NEM. Basically the progression of what NEM used to be. NEM may be still alive, dude. NEM is like an ultimate mind F, right? Because NEM was one of the top 3 gaining cryptos in 2018, along with XRP and Stellar, right? And then NEM just kind of, you know, the bear market happened, mind games started to happen, but Symbol came along, and Symbol is still active. They did an upgrade to their freaking project earlier this year, right? So Symbol at 003, XYM. They like to call it SIM, right? XYM at 003, negative 69% down, 9 billion supply. Then we got XPNet, our new recent 000 gem in the deep reds. XPNet cross NFT marketplace. People not understanding how big this could be, right? I mean, NFT interoperability? Hell yeah, sign me up. You got Hedera following it. You got Casper following it. You got, is it Near? Is it Near Protocol? No, you got Multiverse X following it. You got VeChain following it, right? So XPNet at 0004, negative 69% down. Dude, they have Harmony and like other blockchains already implemented into their cross-chain NFT marketplace. So I'm just waiting for that narrative. Dude, the NFT hype and excitement will come back around, and XPnet is looking like it's going to make some, could freaking kill some zeros when the NFT hype comes back around. So XPnet at 0004, negative 69% down, 1 billion supply for XPnet. One of the recent 000 gems there as well. Love, once again, $5 gets me thousands of these of that 1 billion supply. Blue Foundation, we can just take this one over. We can just take it over today. Really, we really could just take it over today, right? Each one of us are just chipping in $5. We take over the whole freaking protocol and we just flip the damn switch ourselves, right? And NFTs are dead, bro. What the oh yeah, okay. Good luck, dude. Good luck to you, man. We're here for the dead stuff. So if you're not into dead things, right? If you're not supposedly dead projects, right, then this channel ain't for you, my man. I'm sorry, dude. We're here for people who have can see through the BS and can keep the faith and wait for freaking the cycles to come back around. We jump in. We don't chase pumps, man. I hope Fortnite. Sorry, man. I don't know if this channel is for you, dude, because I got a feeling when NFTs do go crazy, you're going to be coming in saying, man, I just bought this NFT and I just bought that NFT and I'm just participating I'm chasing pumps all over the place in the NFT market, right? That's not the mentality we want to have here, man. But if you want to talk about dead cryptos, if you want to talk about cryptos that everybody's afraid of, right, then this channel is for you, my dude. This channel is for you. You have enough crypto YouTubers out there that'll talk about the cryptos you want to hear that are pumping and freaking all over X and getting posted and have massive Telegram groups. You can find those guys, man. You can find those, dude. I promise you, they're dead. I love crypto, though. Dude, NFTs are not dead, dude. NFTs, non-fungible tokens cryptos are basically NFTs, right? So if you have a cross NFT marketplace, you got cross interoperability amongst blockchains. Right? So NFTs are not freaking dead, man. Especially when the NFTs start becoming your video game assets, right? When your video game assets can go across other platforms, games, right? We're very future looking here, right? We're not I love to live in the present. I'm where my feet am, but I try to project ahead. Okay, what are NFTs going to do? What's going to happen with GameFi, right? With gaming, what's going to happen? Dude, people are going to be more, the future is people being plugged in more than ever, earning drops, right? Because they missed out on the crypto craze, right? 99% of people around us think crypto is dead, right? Oh man, you're still buying crypto? Didn't it just dump like really heavy, dude? Why are you buying that? It's dead, right? And then they're the ones who are freaking plugged in all the time, freaking a phone glued to their eyes or a headset on the whole time, trying to earn little drops in the metaverse while we're freaking over in Hawaii surfing, right? Having a freaking good time being unplugged because we can afford to be unplugged, right? Because we have the digital assets. We have the new digital rails, right? We go where people are afraid to freaking go, man. We go where people are afraid to go. AVAX, $16.10, negative 41% down, 720 million supply. AVAX used to be $50+, right? We don't even need to get there to get a nice solid 2x going up to $32. AVAX and Solana are going to probably be major competitors in their respective fields when the bull cycle's coming around. We can get whole numbers of a 720 million supply crypto easily, right? Even just having one AVAX could possibly be life-changing if this thing turns out to be, a behemoth. It's a USA freaking crypto, right? That's positive. Right? You can build applications on it, subchains on it, right? NFTs on it, you name it, right? DeFi, right? AVAX provides that whole experience. It's just been going bearish. Everybody just thinks, oh, this is Solana's market, man. It's just, that's why all these cryptos are freaking dying, right? It's just Solana's and BNB's and Ethereum's market. Dude, AVAX is going to be coming back, right? A lot of these XLM is going to come back, right? Dude, XLM just released the payments coalition along with Solana, Polygon, Matic, and others. If you look at the logo of that, it's literally Lumen Corp, right? From Severance. I was like, I made a post. I was like, did you guys watch Severance or something and copy the logo, right? Crazy. Where is XP Network? You can get XP Network through PancakeSwap. You swap it through you get the Binance smart contract address, and then you can store it on your base. But that's where you can get it. Why is it so hard to get? Because the good cryptos are usually hard to get. Quant is a perfect example of this. Quant was only available on Bitmart when it was $2 and $5. This is QNT, right? Now it's on Coinbase, but you're paying a heavier price for QNT now, right? Even though it's easier to get. But the good cryptos, you got to jump through some hoops for, because they specifically want to limit the exposure of these cryptos. SHX was similar. SHX was only on Qcoin for the longest time, right? And then SHX moved out of the triple zeros, all of a sudden gets listings on other, they started, finally deciding to push the freaking product, right? And now it's got listing on multiple exchanges. It's on Kraken. It's still not even on Uphold or Coinbase yet. They're still trying to limit the exposure of SHX to the people. Guys, I got 4 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I got to keep this as a dead 30. We usually do an hour long. We stream every day at around 3:30 p.m. PST. I'm grateful for anybody who supports on this channel and understands the situation, right? Yeah, luckily it's still kind of rare for SHX, right? They're still trying to limit the amount of exposure to SHX, right? Wormhole is at 5 cents, negative 76% down, 10 billion supply. We got AKT, decentralized cloud. W, by the way, is connected with Securitize and Algorand. Definitely one worth keeping an eye out for. Weird black and white crypto logo as well. We love the weird black and white crypto logo because they're trying to set up they're trying to set up the checkerboard pattern, chess, that's where they want us on, man. That's going to be their grid. Their grid is a black and white checkerboard pattern. So the black and white cryptos are usually an interesting way to go, right? The elite love their freaking black and white, man. They love it. They love it. Division, right? Contrast. They freaking love it, man. All right. AKT, 56 cents. Decentralized storage for the Cosmos ecosystem. The whole Cosmos ecosystem is massively undervalued. Massively undervalued. Tendermint is massively undervalued, right? So Atom, Osmo, AKT, AXL, IXO, Regen, right? These cryptos massively undervalued in the Cosmos ecosystem. AKT at 56 cents, negative 76% down, 388 million supply. AXL at 15 cents. The bridge of freaking bridges is at 15 cents right now. 1.1 billion supply. Negative 79% down. This thing is bridging SHX, XRP, and XLM, and others, and the Cosmos ecosystem, and many others. Axelar is the bridge of bridges, and we have an opportunity here at 15 cents. If you look at the chart, AXL could possibly be bottoming out here. Somebody thinks that we still like the ultimate shakeout one, the one that makes absolutely no sense, the dip that makes people question their whole investment and panic sell, right? So people are thinking we're going to get an 8-cent AXL, right? We're going to go down to 8 cents, and then it's going to wick on up. It's going to probably wick back up to like 12 cents, 13 cents, 14 cents in a very, very short order, right? If we do get a catalyst like that, guys, I mean, be very prepared. You have to jump on it, almost ASAP when this thing happens, right? Because that'll wick up. Just like the CV situation in 2020, right? The massive crash that happened, it started wicking on up, and then the bull cycle started slowly brewing from there on out. The trend line started going upwards, right? So if there is an event like that, if there's a massive dump event that is about to happen before the breakout of some of these cryptos, we'll be prepared, and we're going to be jumping on those opportunities. But I also kind of don't want to wait at the same time for something like that, because damn, what's the difference? Like, I get that it's like a whole half difference from 15 cents to 8 cents, but what's the difference when it becomes $25, right? When AXL becomes $25, what does it matter, right? 15 cents or 8 cents, what does it matter? So AXL 15 cents, negative 79% down. Dang it, dude, we got 1 minute. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I got to go fast here. XDB, digital bits. I don't know how I feel about digital bits, but hey, if I'm afraid, dude, if even I'm afraid of digital bits, then you know it's good. Hey, then you know it's probably good, man. Then you know it's probably good. I got a question. I know it's not deep, Reggie, but what do you think about trading 10,000 XRP for XLM? Why do we got to do that? Why do we got to trade 10,000 XRP for XLM? Why do we got to do that? Maybe we could trade 5,000 XRP and keep 5,000 XRP and then have XLM, or just like, just chip away on XLM, right? I don't know if I would. I mean, dude, I really don't know what you're working with though, Quentin Miller. If it makes sense to you, man, it seems, should be fine, right? Should be okay, right? But once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader. I'll never tell you what to do, but I'm never like an all-in type of thing. Let me just sell my whole bag. I don't think it's your whole bag of XRP, but damn, that's a good chunk, dude. That's a massive chunk right there. But I get what you're saying. You're thinking XLM is going to be doing some things, and it definitely is going to be doing some things during the bulls. But damn, what's my X? My X is at G_DLT1. The at sign, G_DLT1. IXO is at 002, negative 79% down, 160 million supply. You can only get it through the osmosis zone. DEX, this is the blue butterfly. They've created a new app. They're still developing. This is great. The limited exposure to IXO, it's really hard to get. We love our blue cryptos. We love our blue butterfly. We love our X cryptos. IXO looking pretty interesting as well. XRPL Commons has actually made an article about IXO and what they're doing with the Internet of Impacts. At G_DLT1, the underscore for my X, and then for YouTube, it's at GDLT1, right? There's no underscore. Shout out to you. XX Network at a penny. Dude, they keep taking it down to 009 and gets bought back up, man. They don't know what they're freaking doing. So XX Network at a penny is still a wonderful opportunity. Negative 79% down, 952 million supply. We got VRA, Veracity at 0005. Infrastructure for the advertising agency, negative 82% down, 10 billion supply. Decentralized Recovery Alliance follows them. We got FET AI, or, AI. Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance. Dude, this is a powerhouse crypto. This is one of the ones that they want you to think is dead. They want you to think, oh no, Virtuals has taken over the AI agent space. FET is never going to be able to catch up, right? There's enough room for for multiple projects, man. We're talking about $10+ trillion market cap about to happen, right? In this next bull cycle, right? Things are going to get freaking silly. The euphoria is going to be so absurd. They're going to give you a bunch of fiat for your digital assets, and then there's going to be a freaking cyber event that takes all your freaking fiat, and then now you don't have fiat, and now you don't have digital assets, and you're totally effed, right? You're totally effed, right? You just didn't do it right. Should have had stable coins instead of putting money in our bank accounts that are about to freaking get destroyed, right? Bank accounts are about, dude, there's going to be a malware. I put it as a pinned post now on my X. This is a signed reading for the whole Blue Foundation, or a signed viewing, watching the awakening of the banking industry videos from NTT Data. I pinned it as the main message on my X. You want to know where the future is going? You want to know what's about to happen and what's going to be freaking going down? They told you in 2018, right? Many years ago, they told you what was about to go down, in the digital era, right? Freaking filthy information, without a doubt. So FET, Sleeper, Singularity, and what they're doing is massive, dude. The founder of Singularity is a freaking pupil and disciple of Ray Kurzweil, the writer of the Singularity theory, the simulacra theory, right? So FET, 22 cents, negative 84% down, 2.7 billion supply. He created the Sophia robot. Dude, this guy was ahead of the freaking game, right? So FET, major connections with that. 22 cents, negative 84% down, 2.7 billion supply. They don't want people thinking that, all the FUD that's happened with Ocean leaving it, they want you to be very insecure about your FET holdings. Hey, if you don't have any FET, this is the best time. This is the best time because everybody's freaking afraid of it. Even the long-term holders are afraid of it. This is the best time, right? To just chip away $5 at a time, right? Day in, day out. Or you're doing $100 a week or whatever you have, like in terms of your, money you can afford to lose. But FET looking primed in the deep reds right here. Ben Gertzel. Yes, Ben Gertzel. What's up? What's up, the TIBBIR Patsy, or what's up, the Frog Patsy? Appreciate you jumping on in. We got to keep it a short video, man. I'm already going over the expected time, so it's a little bit faster. I hope you guys understand. Much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. DEAI, 01, new kid on the block, but 95% down on the year. 1 billion supply, 2 cents. 1 billion supply, 2 cents. A0 at 009, negative 97% down, 520 million supply. A0 is at deep fear right now. I think it even went to 008 at some point, right? People thinking A0 is going to go even lower to 005, right? Doesn't matter. We're chipping away with money we can afford to lose. You want to take it lower? I'll just chip away again. I'll just take, put another $5 into it. Sure, it could be a freaking black hole of an investment, but you keep it in the deep reds long enough, and if there's no updates that they're giving up on the project or letting go of it, right, I'll just chip away on that deep red, man. So A0, and hell, if it's too high risk, too much, like I'm chipping in too much, then I let the project prove itself to me at that point. I go, you know what, I'm happy with the bag that I do have in A0, and now prove to me something, A0, before I chip away at you again when you come back down into the deep reds, right? GRT graph, dude, connections with the DTCC, Decentralized Recovery Alliance, follows them. The graph token GRT is looking great in the deep reds at negative 63% down, 5 cents, 10 billion supply. Guys, those are the deep reds. I'm going to go really quickly through the whole list again. I appreciate everybody understanding a shorter video today, and I got to really be hopping off. So I'm always grateful. Thanks for hitting the like. Thanks to any new subscribers helping us get to 6K. Thanks to any new members to the channel. Thanks for just helping us grow in general, guys. The shadow ban is hard over us because they know we're talking the cryptos they don't freaking want people to have, right? They freaking know it. They know it, dude. They freaking know it. Dude, Joe Dragon, by the way, of Dragon Chain, has been liking my posts. He freaking agrees that the elite are freaking stupid as hell, right? For giving us cheap opportunities at cheap Dragon Chain and cheap, deep reds, without a doubt. Been loving that, man. So anyways, Mana, 21 cents, negative 30% down, 2.8 billion supply. Cody, 3 cents, negative 69% down, 2 billion supply. TIBBIR for the frog patsy in there. Always TIBBIR. TIBBIR to the end of days. XYM, 003, 9% down, 9 billion supply. XP net at 0004, negative 69% down, 1 billion supply. AVAX, $16.10, negative 41% down, 720 million supply. W at 5 cents, negative 76% down, 10 billion supply. AKT at 56 cents, negative 76% down, 388 million supply. AXL at 15 cents, negative 79% down, 1.1 billion supply. IXO at 002, negative 79% down, 160 million supply. XX at 1 penny, negative 79% down, 952 million supply. VRA 0005, negative 82% down, 10 billion supply. FET at 22 cents, negative 84% down, 2.7 billion supply. DEAI at 2 cents, negative 95% down, 1 billion supply. Rune at 73 cents, negative 86% down, 500 million supply. A0 at 009, negative 97% down, 520 million supply. And then GRT, the graph token, at 5 cents, negative 63% down, 10 billion supply. Guys, I am so grateful to all of y'all. Cookie is super cheap. 10K Cookie gives you access to the AI dashboard that monitors market indicators and social media sentiment in real time. Interesting. Good shout out there, Base Patsy. I appreciate that. Guys, crazy blood on the streets, but that's to our freaking benefit. And we're going to be definitely taking advantage of the deep reds as long as we get them, because eventually it's going to be walls of green and others are going to be chasing our gains. Others will be doing it. We'll be cashing out while they're freaking chasing pumps. We're going to be going on vacations while they're freaking chasing pumps. We're going to be having celebratory streams while they're going to be chasing pumps, right? We don't chase pumps. We buy deep reds all day, every freaking day. Much love to you guys. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants. And thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'll see you guys in the Blue Castle. Much love. Adios.